What's up, guys? Just wanted to show you a little tip or trick when adding connectors to your wires. So today we have these little terminals and we're going to crimp them on to our wires for the switch. This is the connector itself, so the terminals get pushed into the connector from the back side, and there's a little locking mechanism that locks the terminal once it's pushed in. This is a Sumitomo HD 090 series connector. This is a 10-pin connector, so there's 10 different terminals that'll clip in, 10 wires that we're using. So just wanted to kind of show, this is a small gauge wire, and this is a terminal that accepts, I believe it's 20 to 16 gauge wire, so it's a big range. And if you look, I'm not sure how good you're able to see, the gap or the opening of the terminal is pretty large, so it'll fit the larger wire. Well, this is a smaller wire. So what I like to do is strip off a little bit extra than normal. So that's what I just stripped off. That would be maybe the normal size. And when you go to lay this wire in, this is 18 gauge, when you lay that in, you have the wire that'll get crimped, and then on the back side you have the sheeting or the insulation of the wire that'll get crimped. So there's 2 crimps involved, one for the bare wire, one for the insulation. What I like to do when you're using a smaller gauge wire, what I'll do is I'll take it and kind of fold it in half. And so there's our good length that fits into the terminal. And it gives us just a little bit more wire to bite onto. Go ahead and crimp it over. Make sure it's a nice solid crimp. We crimp the wire, and then now we're gonna go ahead and squeeze the insulation so that's nice and tight in there. Make sure the terminal's nice and flat, it doesn't get bent when you're crimping or applying too much force. But that's what I'll do when using a small gauge wire and maybe a bigger wire. They do make, you know, terminals in all different sizes. Sometimes you're kind of forced to use what you have, or if you're in a pinch, you can do this to get by. It's totally safe, holds up. So there we go. We'll go ahead and do all these, put them in there, but just wanted to show one different way. If you're in a bind, or if you're using something and you have to make it work, you can always fold the wire over, crimp it, and get a nice good tight seal instead of just using the single small wire and trying to crimp it and hoping it holds. This will give you a little bit more meat to grab onto, a little bit stronger in the terminal, and it'll give you a nice good tight hold. So stay tuned for a few more. Trying to bring you this kind of information, tips and tricks, and little hints and helpful bits. Thanks.